today that we're supposed to be able to properly use PPE, but I don't even know what that is or why they're bossing me around about it. Since we both can't go to our medically related internships due to COVID-19, I was thinking we could go over it together, but what is COVID-19? What is PPE?
COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new virus that we don't have a vaccine for yet. It's a respiratory disease, meaning that if you get it, you could end up in the hospital with severe breathing issues. To stay as healthy as possible, we need to learn social distancing, and if we do go out in public, we need to practice PPE to protect ourselves and others, and you could still possibly be a carrier no matter what. PPE is an acronym for personal protective equipment. Masks and gloves.
Oh, masks and gloves, that's fine. Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait, no, that was not the right one. I want to be Iron Man today. There we go. This looks better. Check it out. Pew, pew, pew. This is sick. Ooh, or Hulk. Hulk's where it's at.
Matthew, no! Cloth masks,
smash,
surgical masks, and gloves.
Oh, fine, I'll go get them. Wait, is what we're doing right now social distancing?
Yes, we are attending school at home and staying at home as much as possible because we are social distancing. This means that we're supposed to limit and cut off all contact with people outside of our households, limiting our chances.
Corona!
Yes, we are attending school at home and staying at home as much as possible because we are social distancing. This means that we're supposed to limit and almost cut off all contact with people outside of our households, limiting our chances of exposure and therefore limiting our chances of getting sick.
We should learn more about the effectiveness of social distancing.
Opinion, and we know we can find everyone's opinions on Facebook. This nurse has been posting a lot of updates about social distancing to stay healthy during this time. First up, we have the do's and don'ts. The do side says to stay at home and only leave if you absolutely have to. You should also do exercises and activities at your house while practicing social distancing that keep you busy when you don't have any schoolwork to do. And if you know anyone that might not be able to go out and get their own essentials, check in on them by calling them up and asking if they would like your help.
The don'ts. You shouldn't be gathering in large groups or hanging out with your friends because that's not social distancing. You also shouldn't be going anywhere unless you absolutely have to. You cannot stop practicing healthy social distancing until we're told by the government that you don't need to anymore.
You also may have noticed that only essential businesses are open right now, including some restaurants that offer takeout and delivery, grocery stores, and banks. These are businesses that cannot close down because they will always be needed, but restaurants may or may not choose to close down due to loss of business or for the safety of their own workers. You probably won't be seeing any movie theaters, concerts, or any non-essential businesses open anytime soon.
It shows the decline of the infected as we continue to social distance and stick to it. It goes from 406 people infected within 30 days while we aren't social distancing, all the way down to only 2.5 people infected with 75% less exposure. This means they are sticking to practicing social distancing.
Finally, we have this last very simple one. The row of matches are the people and the fire is COVID-19. The first 7 matches burned because they chose to stick around each other instead of social distancing. The flame spread to the entire section, one removed itself and social distanced, making it so it wouldn't spread or contract it, and in turn making it more difficult to get to the rest of the row of the matches.
I really want to learn about PPE.
First, we need to go over proper hand washing, and I know you know this one, so do you mind reminding me?
Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to do proper hand washing. As you can see, the shaving cream I put on my hand, I am using that as a bacteria to show you guys why you should make sure you get all the surfaces when you're washing your hands. As you notice, I am keeping my hands down in a forward motion toward the sink, making sure that I'm not touching any of the surfaces that I come in contact with. Now, when you wash your hands, you want to make sure you go thoroughly and that you get all the dirt and grime off the surfaces, the backs of your hands, and the wrists. Don't forget what's underneath the fingernails. You want to make sure that you keep doing this process for about 20 seconds. When you are done with hand washing, probably the most important step is to make sure that you don't touch any of the surfaces. The way to shut off the sink properly, as seen above, is when you get a clean towelette or paper towel and make sure that you go down on the dirty surface that your hand is opposite of facing to make sure that you don't get any of the harmful bacteria back on your hands after washing them. Also make sure when you shut off the sink to use the same towel to open up the door so you don't touch the dirty door handle. You guys know, it's Matthew here, and I'm showing you guys how to properly use hand sanitizer. So for this, first off, you open it. It's always key. Then you put a little bit on, not too much, but just like a good, fair dime-sized amount. There we go, that's perfect. Then you put it on and just rub it on your hands just like you'd wash your hands for a good 10 to 15 seconds. Make sure you get the backs of your hands. Make sure you get in between your hands and your wrists. And then you're good to go. So that's how you do hand sanitizer. Anyway, why don't you take it away, Emma? And hey, why don't you show me how do we do gloves?
Yes, let's start. So in our case, we will only be using masks and gloves. You are supposed to put your mask on before your gloves are on because there's a certain order when donning PPE. To don means to put on. Depending on what kind of mask you have, you might be tying it around your head, looping the straps around your ears, or securing the elastic straps around your head. When you put it on, the more bendy part of the mask should be facing up. So go ahead and try it.
Okay.
As you can see here, Emma is going to be putting on her mask. She starts by putting the lower part, tying it around the back of her neck, and then she's going to take the two upper folds and put it over her ears and tie it securely. I'm sorry the audio on this was taken out, but I'm doing my best to voice over it. Now Emma's going to show you a bandana alternate route.
As an alternative, if you don't have a mask, you can use a face cover. Still somewhat effective, and a lot more people have these.
I think it's fitted properly now. The mask is sealed to my face. I move the straps around into comfortable position. Now for gloves.
Safer. As long as you use it correctly, you should be protected.
How could I use them wrong? It seems pretty simple to me. I'm completely safe now that I have this stuff.
Some people use PPE wrong and end up doing more bad than good. You're supposed to change your gloves frequently to avoid moving the disease around. How about I show an example of what happens when you aren't cautious and don't use your equipment correctly?
I don't think you're gonna find anything, but okay.
As you can see here, Emma is about to go to the grocery store with her reusable shopping bag. What she doesn't know is that many of the items could be contaminated at the store. As you can see on the security footage, there's this customer who seems to be feeling pretty sick. They could easily contaminate the items. Just like that.
Goodness. Oh, marmalade. I don't want that.
They touch one, and they touch many, and now those items are contaminated.
Oh, goodness gracious. I got the sniffles. Oh. Ah, this is what I wanted.
Emma is now at the store, still unaware that there could be items inside, items that are contained with a virus that woman just spread on them. As it's worth mentioning, notice how when Emma enters the store, she's also touching the door handles. These are very common for a lot of germs to spread. Look at how Emma just picked up the can of marmalade. The exact marmalade that the women had sneezed on before and then touched everything else. Now Emma's hands are contaminated with a virus. As Emma leaves the store, notice how she's touching the door handle and now gets into her car thinking she's safe, but the real enemy is the invisible one. Now here's where things get interesting. A modern investigation team went in with a product called Glow Germ, and we were able to see all the germs that Emma contaminated all over the place. From canned goods to her car, also to door handles.
That the germs can be transmitted this easily. I'll have to be a lot more careful when I'm wearing gloves and just in general because hands can move germs just around as easily.
Exactly. Finally, we will learn how to doff our gloves. Doff means to take off.
How's it going, guys? Back with another kind of good video. Oh, I just touched my face. That's not good. But that's fine, because that's another way you know your glove's dirty already, is if you touch it. Like I just did, I put it against my... Anyway, so in this video I'm going to show you how to properly take on... No, we did that. How to remove gloves. So, first thing you're going to do, I'm back with the shaving cream. See, you get your glove all dirty. Now, let's say I just helped the patient, or like I just touched my face. This would be an example of germs, so this is dirty. Now I have to properly take it off. Now I know what you're probably thinking, why don't you have the other glove on? Well, this is kind of the last one, so I'm now using a sandwich bag for the other one. So yeah, so just pretend this is a glove, for the most part. Now what you would do is to properly, you kind of put your hand in a fist, and you want to grab this lower part right here, and you want to slowly work the glove up without getting any of the contamination back on your hand. Slip it off like that, and then this other glove, you would crumple it up kind of into it. Well, it would be easier if it had a glove, but you know, point is, it would end up like this. Oh, Matt, seriously? The bag incident again? Emma, show me how to do it. How's it going? So I didn't really know a way how to end this video. Emma and I did talk, I remember over our last FaceTime session, and we're talking about ways to kind of, you know, giving facts of, we hope you guys learned a lot from this video, because this whole COVID thing is new for everyone. This is a first time for everyone, and the only way we're going to get through it is having each other and making sure that we all stay safe. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We put a lot of hard work into it, and it was a lot of fun. We had a really good time, and yes, we weren't physically sitting next to each other in the video. We weren't there, as you can tell by the quality of the video, but we made it work. And I wanted to let you know, based off the simple assignment of the ways we made it work, we know you guys can get through this too. It's a difficult time, it's new for all of us. And the hardest part probably is not being able to go out. You can't go out to the movies, you can't go out to dinner. Emma said it herself in the video, it's all closed. So I think that it's honestly a very important time for us to be connecting virtually. And I won't take up too much time because I know this video has been already probably long enough, but there's different ways. There's FaceTime, there's Snapchat, there's Instagram. It's like our generation was made for this. So if anything, we can get through it as long as we have each other. So that's what I really have to say. I'm gonna let Emma do the exact same thing and hopefully make a conclusion video. I'll throw it in the end. And thank you for this project. It was a lot of fun. And hopefully we'll see what the future has to bring. So stay safe.
As a senior, it would be really easy for me to get caught up in everything that I'm missing out on. Instead, I'm thankful for what I have, and by staying home, I'm removing one of the matches that spreads the flame. So stay home, wash your hands, practice proper PPE, don't touch your face, and remember that we're all in this together.
Whoa. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hang up. Just let it ring, okay?
Okay.
Like you usually do. Never answer my calls. Okay, here we go.
I always tell her to pick up.
What? What was that sigh for?
My hair was in the way of the camera.
No, it's all good. Mine's really messy, and I did the man bun the other day. It looks so fire.
All contact with people outside of our households, limiting our chances.
Corona! 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 Wear a mask! Wear a mask! I got one right here! No, wrong one.
We are attending school at home and staying at home as much as...
Really want to learn about
First, we probably need to go over proper hand washing, and I know you know this one, so do you mind reminding me?
Wait, what are you doing?
To go out and get their own essentials, check in on them by calling them up and asking if they would like your help.
Okay, good. That FaceTime, it just really glitched toward the end, but it's okay. Because I realized I have not been screen recording this entire time. Infected with 75% less exposure. This means they're sticking. Ooh, well, I don't know what word I just said there.